Hey there, YouTube. This is Robert again. Today, I just want to let everybody know that I got an email from a friend of mine, Lunar Eclipse, who is a Levian Satanist out there, and he wanted to get a Bible verse from me that I had given him before. So I went on and I watched his video, and I'm giving him the Bible verse. And I saw that it was a response to something by Jacob's wife. I think it's his wife, I don't know. And I watched that, and it's basically what it was saying, from what I can understand, is wake up Christians. Going on and saying, don't care if people like you, this, that, and the other. We're not the one condemning people. We're just telling people the truth that they are hell-bound if they don't do X, Y, and Z. And, you know something, this upset me, not because of necessarily the message she was saying, but she raised some points in there that I think she really needs to ask herself. She is saying something, she is quoting a verse in the Bible saying the only way to go to heaven is by believing in the Lord Jesus Christ. Okay? Well, there's a few problems with that. One, let me get this out of the way. Only reason we can go to heaven is because of Jesus. It tells us this plainly. By Him we are saved. Okay? It's not through Him, it's by Him. By His actions on the cross, the world has the ability to go to heaven, not just a select group of people. Okay? I want to make that clear. And in fact, it tells us in the Bible, Romans 2:12 through 16, one of my favorite passages in there, that those who don't know the Lord, who don't know Him, who have never really felt Him in their heart for whatever reasons, you know what? They are going to be looked at and judged by the works they have done. Did they try to live a Christian life without knowing Him or the Bible? You know something? One of the greatest things about God, one of the greatest things, but something that really speaks to me, is He has touched everybody's life, regardless of your religious affiliations or belief. Okay? He has blessed the world with a conscience. You know, not everybody believes in sin, but everybody out there believes in right and wrong. They instinctually know lying is wrong. In the Bible they call it a sin, but everybody knows lying is wrong. You know, you don't have to teach a child to lie, and you don't have to teach them why it's wrong. Kids instinctually know that by the grace of God. Okay, here's a question I want to ask you, Jacob's wife, Christine. I can't remember your name, I apologize. If you have to have read the Bible to go to heaven, okay, if you've had to have done that, if you have to believe on Christ, why has He sentenced billions of people, condemned them to hell because of actions of other Christians? Just as an example, let's take Japan. For centuries, not a single Christian was allowed in there. You know why? Do you know why? Because the Christians tried to overthrow the country. They did evil, so they were kicked out. Japan was justified in that. They did the right thing, okay, by doing that, because they weren't spreading the true message of Christ. Are you telling me because of those people, because of that one action, He sentenced for those centuries, all those people to hell? The Bible tells us differently. The Bible tells us differently. And you also said this, everybody is judged. You were mentioning judgment, that they are condemned. For some reason you seem to equate judgment with condemnment. That's not what it's saying. Judgment is, you gotta understand, God judges righteously, better than any judge we could ever do, because He sees into that person's heart. I want you to understand, He sees into their heart. That is what sends a person to heaven or hell, their heart. God has opened, Jesus opened the path to heaven for everyone. By Him all can be saved. Okay? I want to point something else. I agree, everybody should know the Bible. If you know the Lord in your heart and reject Him, yes, then you will go to hell. Okay? It tells us that if you know Him in your heart, know Him without a doubt, and reject Him anyway, yes, you're going to hell. That is very clear in the Bible. That's the only time it says you're going to hell. Everything else is basically saying, in spite of us, we can go to heaven. In spite. You know what? I am deserving of hell. You are deserving of hell. Everybody watching this video is deserving of hell. Okay? That doesn't mean everybody's going there, regardless of what you call yourselves. I want to point something out. Just because you hear someone give you a Bible verse, just because you hear someone on the street side saying, whatever biblical verses that is the flavor of the day, doesn't mean the person has heard or felt the Lord yet. Okay? The Lord works in His own way. Just because a person leaves their church doesn't mean they rejected the Lord. I left my own church. You know why? And it was the best thing I could have done. But because of leaving that, and because during this time, I'm only saying without the Lord, because He was with me. I realize that now. Because He was with me, I explored Wicca, I explored Buddhism, I explored all these other religions, and I saw bits and pieces of the Lord there. I'm not going to lie. He is part of those religions because of the conscience He gives everybody. Okay? But then I found the church I belong to, the Greek Orthodox Church, who is lacking, who does not have that arrogance. You know what? They say, we can't tell anyone if you're going to hell or not. All we can do is share the Lord with them, teach them, love them, do good just to do good. I want to let you know something. You said, what is God going to ask when you go to heaven? You know what He's going to ask is like, what kind of life did you lead? That's what He's going to ask everybody. Me, you. You know what, something? I'm going to be able to look at Him and say, Lord, I failed you. I failed you miserably. I tried to lead the life Christ did. I know I failed. Because you know what? It's impossible for me to live up to that expectation. That's not going to stop me from doing it. All I want you to understand is you need to start showing the love. Show the Lord to people. Don't scream at them. Don't say, do this or you're going to hell. You don't know that. Just show the love of the Lord. That's all I have to say. Thank you.